Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 now. Today, got some more RTA for you guys. So, let's go ahead and jump in and see what we can do. This guy is a big Vivian fan, I see. And we also have, I believe, as of recording this video right now, ML Landy on the horizon, so can't wait. I think by the time this video comes out and you see it, we'll probably know what Landy does. But let's go ahead and ban the Lua and Zio, and see what this directs the match into. Been really liking the Zio and Lua pre-bans. Now, Aola is available for drafting, but she isn't as prominent as she used to be. People are just kind of not picking her. Not really sure why. She's very strong, but people have just been kind of shying away from her, which I do appreciate. LR Crow and Bryceria are banned, so maybe we'll see something in terms of revivers, perhaps something in terms of evasion, because LR Crow is a good source of true damage. Now, into something like this, see Lilius. If you pick Luluka, you need to take away common cleansers from the opponent. So taking away something like Handguy from the opponent right here is quite important. If they go see Lilia's Handguy, your Luluka is essentially worthless, because they'll bait out the Luluka with the C. Lilius, you can cleanse and everything, and then you can debuff the opponent's team. But then the Handguy on the other side is just going to cleanse everything, right? So as you can see here, my opponent's opting to go straight for Destina. Getting that cleanser for the C. Lilius is huge. Going for Lionheart Sirmia now, I see. This is directing my opponent into a more slower paced match, which I do appreciate. The problem here is that Lionheart Sirmia is going to be a little tricky to deal with. What would I do into a Lionheart Sirmia? I think at this point, a APOC Ravi is actually not bad into a Lionheart. Pretty good choice here. So we might just go for her, because she can just kind of withstand all of the damage that comes out. Remnant Violet, not great into the C. Lilius, so I do need to watch out for that. But I think APOC Ravi is going to be a pretty decent choice. So let's go for her, and I think down here we can probably opt to go for something like a Pirate Captain Flan maybe. We can go for Spectre Tenebria. Let's go for a Pirate Captain Flan to add some control. I think Pirate Captain Flan, if we can ban that Destina here, not only does the C. Lilius not have a follow-up to help cleanse the Luluka's debuffs, but we also have Pirate Captain Flan who can add additional control to this Lionheart Sirmia. Might not be the most viable option to approach this battle with, but I think it will force my opponent to kind of pick awkwardly here, because they're going to need another cleanser other than Destina. And I've already taken away ML Caloric and Luluka, so Sharoon is not a great cleanser, but she is really good into Handguy and a Ravi, so there is that. But I need another form of damage. That's what I need currently from my side, because if he bans out the APOC Ravi, I'm kinda out of luck. Let's see what my opponent goes for. Ilanov getting picked up, that's actually fine, because I can go for something like Shu. Ooh, he's running out of time. Who's he gonna pick? Sylvan Sage Vivian. Okay, with Sylvan Sage Vivian, actually, I think Rimuru could be a pretty decent option into this team. If I go Rimuru and I ban out Destina, it could work quite well. Or I can actually go for a Solitaria. You know what? I think Solitaria is going to be pretty interesting. Although there is a Lionheart Sirmia on the other side, Destina can't really cleanse all these debuffs. Let's go for something like this, right? We'll ban out the Lionheart. We're just going to go full control. Right, let's see if we can pull this off. The Solitaria is going to prevent the Sylvan Sage Vivian from having any focus stacks, which means she's going to be taking full damage from everything if she lets the Solitaria through. I can also just opt to go for debuffing the entire team, and Destina has a hard time keeping up with that since her cleanses on her S2 are single target. Alright, there we go. So the Solitaria gets banned, which is quite nice, because that means that we get all of the units we want through, And I think I'll share the damage with my ML Cowric. We'll put Luluka over there, right? So let's go for that. So we don't have any damage mitigation on my side, but neither does my opponent, because Ilanov is usually not on something like Aureus. Let's see who he tries to go for in terms of control. Without the Lionheart Sumi on the other side, I really don't care about the debuffs here coming from the Sea Lilias, because Luluka can cleanse, but he's just opting to go for some dual attacks. Ooh, he's actually going to be able to get that stun. This guy's on Champion's Trophy, which is going to be quite annoying to deal with, I should say. Let's go for an S2 onto the Sylvan Sage Vivian. Let's strip her barrier, or not, she can 15%. That is also great. I would have loved to put the attack down on the Vivian, but apparently that is not going to be an option for us. That's okay. Let's try to go for the, we can go for Ilanov, but I think what I'll do is I'll hit the Vivian to push up the Ravi, and then we'll try to injury down this Ilanov. Oh, that's actually pretty squishy for an Ilanov. I like that. We can take her out pretty easily, I think. Because there's no damage mitigation on the other side. There's actually a lot of damage coming out. He's opting to not go for any non-attack skills. Ilanov can go for an S3, it's going to give a crit damage buff. I just noticed that Vivian and Ilanov both have crit damage buff available for their team. Not sure why the Vivian didn't S3, probably just saving her skill for the heal, since he doesn't want to use Destina's heals early on, providing my Luluka with extra stacks. Alright, but Ilanov got some injury onto the Pirate Captain Flan. Is he going to pop skills here? Let's see if he does. Luluka should be able to cut even if he does pop, and, well, if he doesn't, we get immunity and attack buff, and then we get to do some shenanigans. The only problem is there's a immunity buff on the Ilanov, but we should be able to control the Sylvan Sage Vivian with our Pirate Captain Flan. He's just going to keep focusing her down, that's perfectly fine. Do I want to push up the team here? Do I want to go for an immunity and attack buff? I think I'll push up the team. Right, I think I'll go for this, because I could push up the Pirate Captain Flan. We can go for an S3, because Destina's still pretty far back. We can go for an S3. If we can land any bombs, I'll be very, very happy. Let's see if we can land any bombs here. And hopefully this pushes back the or not the Ilanov, but the Sylvan Sage Vivian. Nope, she is gonna get the bombs on her though, which is nice. That Ilanov is, oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Pirate Captain Flan might actually be finished off here, which is not good for me. The good thing is, APOC Ravi can still revive, but I think if he soul burns his S2 into Pirate Captain Flan, she's pretty much dead because of the injury that's on her. And Destina can easily cleanse as a result, which is not great. She can cleanse all the bombs on the other side. So, I think she is, okay, she is going to go for the S2, no soul burn, I think he is relying on just the proc, yep, there we go, detonation of all the injuries, and Sylvan Sage Vivian gets to go. Now, with Destina, we might be okay here, because if she has to pop a non-attack skill, our Luluka can proc. And I don't know if I want to use my A. Ravi's S3 into this Ilanov. I don't think I'll actually kill at this point. But then again, she doesn't have any vigor buff or anything like that on the other side. I think I'll play it safe. We'll just go for an S1 onto this Ilanov. Yeah, we'll just play it safe here. It looks like she is actually pretty decently tanky. We're not going to pop Luluka's S3. We're just going to S1 here. I think I'll hit the Sylvan Sage. I know Destina's probably going to pop her S3. Ooh, very nice dual attack, actually. I will definitely take it. If Destina goes, you know what? I don't think I'm going to pop my Cowric skills just yet. Let's turn cycle my A. Ravi. So let's go for a hit on the Ilanov. Alright, so let's see what she's got here. Gonna probably pop that S3. There's no reason not to, just full cleanse the team. But A. Ravi is going to be able to S3 and bring somebody back. Hoping we can get that Ilanov low enough. Okay, there we go. He's going to use his non-attack skill. Luluka's going to push up here as a result, which is nice. He's actually not even going to pop the full S3. He's just going to push up Sylvan Sage Vivian. And I don't know if she's actually going to use her S3. She's still holding on to it. Okay, there we go. S3 coming out. She has full focus. And Vivian's actually pretty good into Apocalypse Ravi, just by nature of her damage reduction with her focus. But because he didn't heal the Ilanov, I might actually be able to rip an S3 into this guy. We'll see though. Our Luluka was able to push up. I don't think she's going to be able to lap this Ilanov. Hopefully she will, but we'll see. Apoc Ravi's going to probably get passed by the Ilanov at this point. Okay, he's going to push back. That is fine. I think at this point, we go for, if we have an S2, I might go for an S2 here. Strip the Ilanov. Okay, there we go. We can go for the strip on the Ilanov. There we go, very nice. Got the attack down. Not getting 15% at that time around. Luluka can cleanse, and then we can have Apoc Ravi S3 into the Ilanov, and we'll be in a pretty decent position because Pirate Captain Flan comes back, and then we can try to control. Okay, he is going to Soul Burn, probably into the A Ravi, so that's why I went for the barrier, so we don't get any injuries there, as you can see. I'm going to go for an S3 here, so that we can cleanse the Provoke, and we can get a defense buff and the Ice Cream heal. Ideally, Pirate Captain Flan would have been revived first, but this is what it is, and we just gotta make the best of it. So Luluka will be doing her extra hit. This will put a lot of debuffs on the opponent's side, and see Lilius will actually go before the Destina. So I'm gonna revive with S3 and hope that my Pirate Captain Flan cuts here. Yeah, because, ooh, she's at, actually no, she's at 54%. I don't know if she can actually do this. She might be able to. She should be able to lap the Destina, right? So let's go for it. Let's go for the S3. See Lilius will get stunned, because the bomb will detonate. We'll get the Pirate Captain Flan. Oh, actually, no, we get, I forgot how broken A Ravi is. We can just get her for free. Just back, for free, for nothing. Right, this is fine. We can try to res check this Destina, see if we can get the bomb. Oh, actually getting a resist there, pretty big. So that's unfortunate. Alright, that resistance kind of hurts a little bit, but what we can do... we still are going to hold on to ML Caloric's S3, but we can actually push up the team. Destina does have her S3, so she can revive, but I am gonna just go for an S1. Let's hit the Sage Vivian, push up our Luluka, and this way, when Destina goes for her S3, she'll cleanse, but Vivian can't actually kill the Pirate Captain Flan because we got a skill null. And yeah, Ilanov is really far back, so I think this is fine. He can't kill the Pirate Captain Flan, so we're gonna at least have another chance to bomb somebody, and with my souls, we can technically have 2 chances here. Very nice. So with this, I might just go ahead and hit... I don't think I need to hit the Ilanov. I might go ahead and just chip down the Sage Vivian. Do I want to push up the entire team here? No, I want to save the Soul Burns for Pirate Captain Flan. This is a pretty long drawn out match, but I kind of like these because they're like a puzzle sometimes. You gotta figure out how you can weasel your way out of this. We can take out Ilanov pretty easily. He's gonna AoE, but that's fine because we have the skill null. That actually just pushed up A Ravi. What I can actually do here is if I can bomb the Sage Vivian, if we can bomb her and take her down, right, with Pirate Captain Flan here, then my opponent's going to have no DPS, right? So we can go for this. A Ravi can finish off the Ilanov, and I think we see victory on the horizon. So, yeah, I think that was it, right? Pretty nice. Whew. Okay, wow, that match took about 15 minutes. That's quite insane. But you know what? That felt really satisfying, right? Being able to kind of outplay the opponent in that way, kind of having to plan a little bit ahead. Definitely feels good. Feels like he earned it. Right, so let's go ahead and see. It's been a while since we used Power Captain Flan. I know some of you guys have been asking for things like DDR and things too, but we'll see if we can fit him into a draft here and there. Alright, so ban the Zeo, ban the Lua. It's pretty much forcing my opponent to really only pick C. Lilius as an opener, which I do like because it corners them into a very streamlined draft. C. Lilius is still very versatile, don't get me wrong, but they don't really have other options to work with. Flitica and Aeola are getting banned out. Quite interesting. I do like the Aeola ban, but the Flitica's a little questionable. With Karina on the other side, what would I like to do? With Flitica banned, I'm feeling like my opponent wants to go Handguy, like, not gonna lie. It's a pretty good option without Flitica there, because Flitica is almost a direct counter to him. But what do I want to do into a Karina? Karina. Arunga's actually not a bad option into her, neither is Senya and Landy. I could go for something like a Destina. And into a Karina, we could go for... We might just opt to go for a... Ooh, let's go for LR Crow. LR Crow is pretty nice into the Karina here. Okay, Rimaru's getting picked out. A lot of true damage on the other side. APOC Ravi into the LR Crow is kinda normal. Kinda what you expect. But what do you do now? Rimaru, APOC Ravi, Karina. This looks like it can be easily controlled, so why don't we go into what we said we could go into, which is go for DDR. And let's go into a Solitaria as well. Now, yes, my opponent can pick Handguy and Ed here. Perfectly fine. If it's just Handguy, we can work with that. If it's Ed, we can always ban him. But that's 4 DPSs right there with no supports. We can probably punish that. Now his last unit is probably going to be a support unit, probably a cleanser. I can double down and go for something like Pirate Captain Flan. He might ban the DDR in that case. Or he can just pick somebody that might be very strong into his entire team. I don't really know what that would be though. I'll be honest, I don't really know what that would be. Would be a very strong unit into everything that we see here. Remnant Violet, not really. Spectre Tenebria, no. Rowana, huh? Rowana's a little interesting. Okay. With Rowana there, do I want to go for Landy? Do I want to go for... What would I go for here? Arunka? No, let's just go Pirate Captain Flan. I think it's fine. Pirate Captain Flan should be okay here. We'll ban the Ed. Right, because we have injury with DDR. If DDR gets banned, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble, but... he's letting the Solitaria through, it seems. Let's hope he does ban the Pirate Captain Flan. That would be very nice. Ooh, very, very nice. We do get to see a DDR match here, so let's see what we can do with these shenanigans. DDR Solitaria, a lot of injury that's going to be coming out with this. And injuries make it so much easier to deal with things like Rowana. So let's go and try to stun the Rimaru. Did he resist the strip? No, he didn't, thank God. Proof of Valor. There we go, gets stunned. Let's go ahead and push up the team with DDR here. I do need to re-gear my DDR though. Let's go for a hit on the APOC Ravi. Alright, so we can put some Venom on her, and then we can S3. We can get immunity on everybody. And this will also put Venom on everything again. There we go, look at that Venom stacks. So injury already happening onto the A-Ravi. She's at 23k health, still pretty healthy, but... Ooh. Ooh, that dual attack actually matters a little bit. That Rocket Punch Gauntlet damage, nothing to laugh at. He's gonna try to focus down Destina, but that's okay. I will go for a hit on... Ooh, do we try to go for a hit on Karina? Let's do it. There we go. She resisted the sleep, but that was a lot of good detonation. We can try to get rid of the Karina as soon as possible. He's gonna get a little bit of healing here, but that's okay. Alright, let's try to use Solitary to focus down the APOC Ravi. Ooh, that was a nice dual attack actually. Because if we land another Venom here, it's gonna detonate. Oh, look at that injury on that A Ravi. In fact, the health bar glitched. That's how much injury there is. 14k health, so look at that. 600 damage onto the Destina. We are looking pretty solid. Rimuru now needs to be controlled, so I think what I'll do is I'll focus him down a little bit. I could have S2'd, but I wanted to get more stacks of Venom onto this Rimuru. Try to detonate him. Very nice. Look at that. 3 stacks right here. And let's keep going onto the Rimuru himself. Let's get more stacks so we can try and detonate him with the DDR that's going next, actually. So look at this. Look at all those stacks on Rimuru, right? APOC Ravi gets to cut here and take a turn, but it's okay. Rowana stunned. That's fine. Look at that. 2,000 damage on with a crit. Okay, so look at this. Let's go for... Ooh, do we even want to S3 here? I don't think so. Let's go for an S1. So I want to detonate all of this. Look at that damage. Absolutely insane. And now what I can do is I can push up the DDR. And now we can do our S3. And let's let it rip. There's a lot of injury damage on the other side. We can put everyone to sleep here. Because DDR has pretty good effectiveness. Look at that entire team falling asleep. Let's go ahead and detonate this A Ravi. I could have gone for an S2, I probably should have. But I really want to finish her off before she woke up, and there you have it. DDR, right? Coming out here and just showing that Rowana, not enough. Not enough. The Ed was a good pick though, but that's not quite enough. Right, yeah, DDR Solitary is absolutely disgusting. This is probably one of the ideal setups with a team like this. So happy that I can get DDR working again. I do actually, he's one of the units I need to re-gear, but I'm lacking the counter gear for him. He's very stat hungry because he wants a little bit of everything. Bulk, speed, effectiveness, resistance. And if I want him on a counter build, he's going to need a bit more speed than usual than if you're on a speed set. But I think counter gear will give him more value. I just don't have the counter gear. It's actually one of my worst sets in terms of what I have available on my account. Every time I farm Banshee, I tend to get really good lifesteal gear, but never any good counter gear. Alright, let's see here. Aeola and Paraband, I'll take it. See, Lilia's first pick. Okay. Now, one thing I really want to try moving forward is with C. Lilia's picks, you can actually go DJB Para, and they work really well together as an opener. But because he banned the Para here, I can't really try that out. So let's go for what I've been doing, which is picking Luluka and then stealing the hand guy pick from the opponent. Little patterns in drafts like this, like knowing what your opponent's weak against, right? Stuff like this is really important to establishing your drafts and making it so that you corner your opponent a little bit, right? Look at this. They're going for Aiden and Ed. That's actually a pretty decent combo. Aiden is weak to Bryceria, but Ed is good against Bryceria because you can't S3 with Bryceria, right? Otherwise Ed will retaliate against you. You can't Zahawk this team really well because the Sea Lilius is pretty fast, but what you can do is actually bring in Karina, because Karina's pretty good into Aiden, and what we can actually do is go for... We could go for LR Crow here. I want to say that he is a pretty decent option, but that's going to be playing very, very slow. And I don't know if I really want that. Karina should be enough into these guys. But then again, having some damage mitigation LR Crow is never bad, right? Let's go for true damage into this evasion unit. This is the only real path I see. A Ravi is actually pretty good into Karina and A Ravi. Sharoon is pretty good into my entire team, but you know what? You know what? I think Roy is great here. This is a Roy game. I think we go Roy. And I think my opponent has to ban Roy. We can ban Apoc Ravi because she's just pretty good into everything here. Otherwise, I think we're fine. Yeah, because Karina's good into these two, right? Yeah, he's going to ban Roy for sure, so we ban the Apoc Ravi. And that should be good to go. We have damage mitigation, we have cleansing, healing, we have true damage in the form of Karina, and LR Crow. We don't really care about the Ed. The only unit that really debuffs here is Karina, and she usually wins 1v1s against Ed. Alright, let's see what happens. See, Lilius goes first. She is just gonna pop her skills. Ooh, very interesting. Now, Aiden can cut here. Right? Aiden can cut if I go for Luluka's skills, but Sharoon can't cleanse. So hopefully we're gonna be able to debuff. Ooh, actually I don't want to hit Ed. Hopefully we miss the Ed. I'm just gonna cleanse here. I'm gonna get that defense buff up. I think so, because if the Aiden counters, we can at least heal up that damage that comes out right away. This will be okay. We'll let the Aiden go. Ooh, it actually hit the Ed, which is unfortunate because we kind of wasted our ice cream heal there. Aiden now gets to go. The Ed is still blind. That's actually not too bad. And he got hit by everything. Alright, he's gonna go for the Karina. He's gonna deal absolutely no damage there, which is fine. I'm gonna go for an S2, just to kind of provide a barrier for everyone again. Actually, or do I? Did we proc Aiden's counter? We did not. You know what? Let's go for an S2 onto Aiden. There we go. Ooh, actually hit her. Okay, I did not expect to hit her. Aiden's not dodging. But that's okay. Sharoon can S3. That's fine. Our Calvert can always cleanse it. And we can always get LR Kral's immunity up anyway. So oh, actually, yeah, there we go. So we can go for this. So that Calvert can't get controlled by the Sharoon's S1 on subsequent turns. It's important to bring in immunity into things like this. Alright. It's going to AoE into us. That's fine. And then what we can do here is we could just go straight for the Aiden. I think this can kill. Oh my god, it keeps hitting her. This guy's Aiden is probably the unluckiest Aiden I've ever seen. Even if we didn't hit her, she would have died there, but it is horribly unlucky. He can control Hand Guy now. He can S1 him. So I can't S3 to cleanse. There you go. One turn reset. Pretty good. But we can just go ahead and poke away at the Sharoon. Push up the Luluka, which is fine. And do I want to Soulburn here? I don't think so. I can Soulburn Karina into the C. Lilius. I think that would work quite well. Let's go ahead and just keep hitting Sharoon. Oh, she's on counter. Okay, that's fine. Doesn't seem to be adding too much value. If she was on Celestine counter, it might matter a bit more. Who's he gonna go for here? He's gonna go for the Karina. Yeah, he kind of has to. Karina, again, solos Ed. So he's going to be trying his best to take her out with a few lucky crits here and there. He's lucky my Karina is actually not on counter. If she was, she'd be a much bigger threat. But again, I kind of lack counter gears in general. Let's go for an S3. Get immunity up for everyone again. Otherwise, Hand Guy's going to get control. So there's no reason for me to hold it at this point. LR Crow, huh? Let's go for... Sharoon kind of has her defense buff, so let's go for the C. Lilius. Alright, and I think we are okay. Karina just needs to get a defense buff, so Luluka can actually provide that, which is kind of nice. Do we go for a Soulburn here? I think so, why not? Let's go ahead and put some pressure on. Right, there we go. And we can push up here as well, deal a lot of damage. LR Crow gonna be cycling. He still has a while until his S3, so we're not too worried about that. Luluka getting the extra couple focus, also very valuable. Gonna go for the Karina. Oh, he gets the hit! No damage share being applied here, so pretty lucky on his end for hitting that. Sharoon's gonna S3. Ooh, okay, no strip there, which is nice. Let's go for this. Because see, Lily is still defense broken, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Do we want to S3 here? I don't think so. I just want to S1. I want to push up and just get rid of the C Lilius. I know this extra hit might proc the Ed, but that's fine. We're going to hope that we 50-50 miss this. Oh, no, we don't. This Ed gets hit by everything. Alright, but that's okay, because the extra hit from Ed actually makes it so that my LRK, where is he? Yeah, he's up there. So he has his S3 ready. Do I even want a barrier here? I don't think so. Let's just finish off the C Lilius, push up the Karina. And I think we're in a pretty decent position. With Karina, I don't go for anything here. Let's try to get rid of the Shroom. Got our Rocket Punch Gauntlet damage. And I think I S2. Yeah, I S2 to make sure the Venom... Ooh. Okay, my opponent's gonna concede there. I was gonna S2 to make sure the Venom actually doesn't affect Krau's max health, just to give that barrier to him. But yeah, it looks like we got this. Karina wins against the Ed Aiden matchup, so if you're ever facing it down that situation, it's a pretty clever pick, right? Because it stops Bryceria from being an option, but doesn't stop true damage units like Karina. But yeah, anyway, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe for more Epic 7 content. And until next time, take care.